I have these silky black pants, and I wore them to work today. I was like, these look nice, except there's no lining. So I was walking. I'm like, I feel like I have no pants on. I was so cold. Like, it was the worst. And then everyone's like, why are you wearing fancy pants? Do you have a date? I'm like, would you wear pants like this on a date? I would wear jeans on a date.
Yeah.
It's like, am I supposed to be wearing fancy pants? I don't know.
You're supposed to wear fancy pants.
Fancy pants. On the date. I hope this is rolling because this is
I mean, come on.
This is great. Cut out all the bullshit we were just gossiping about beforehand, but keep in fancy pants.
Yeah, I don't think I was recording on that.
Oh, good.
The gossip. That's for us. That's when we have a Patreon in the future. We'll keep the gossip in, but they gotta pay like $500 to hear it.
$500, and we'll tell you all the shit we talk about other people behind their back.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to If You Would Have Told Me podcast.
Another episode.
Don't
ask us what number.
Yeah, and at the beginning, I always save this till the end. Oh, first off, I'm Joe Fernandes.
I'm Emily Page.
And we are the hosts. And if this is your first time, you're learning that. If you've been here already,
you know and yeah.
But I always give the email at the end. I don't even know if people email anymore. I should play it to that camera. We'll do that instead of that. I'm keeping all this in. It is
please.
If you told me at gmail.com.
Yes.
Send us any weird news stories you see. Anything. Ask us a question. I meant to tell you to do the Instagram ask us things, but I totally forgot.
Oh my goodness.
I was so busy. But we'll do that next time.
Okay, I like that idea.
And yeah, we're here. We're in a new year, 2025. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think this is going to be my year.
Yeah?
I tell myself in January.
Yeah.
I'll let you know by December.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel good about this year. Like cautiously optimistic.
I agree with that. I never say, I've never been like, I never even think about it.
Right.
I just like it's, and you're always hopeful, but like this year I really want, like I was like, I need it to be a good year. I feel that
100%. I feel like I'm good, like career wise. I feel like I'm in a good spot. I think I finally kind of got motherhood down. Maybe like that feels like it's in a good spot.
2024, I locked in motherhood.
I was like, I got it. But like
achieved, locked in. I got the medal.
Done. Finally. Okay. No, I just feel like it's gonna be a good year. I feel like I mentally am like going in being optimistic, like realistic but optimistic. That like no matter what happens, like I'm good.
Right.
I'm trying to like keep with that mindset. I saw this TikTok where people did like, instead of their resolutions, they did like 2025 bingo boards. And so I made one, and I made my students do too. And they actually really liked it.
That sounds cool.
So we filled in, and then I can send you a picture of mine. You can like post it up on the thing. Yeah, right here.
I'll put it all behind
the whole thing. Check. But I came up with like 24 things I want to like work on this year or like achieve. And like some of the things I already know I'm going to do. Like one of them's like travel out of the country. Well, I already booked that trip, but still it's like I can cross it off. But then like some of them are simple. Like I need to drink more water. Okay. Like so I've been like, because I'm trying to be like healthier, but I don't want to be like lose weight. Like so I was like drink more water, and I was like perfect. Like that one I can do.
Yeah. And
then like the amount of comedy shows I'd like to get booked on this year, and it's like a relatively low number, but like that way. I said like 50. I want to do 50 comedy shows this year, which is great number for achievable goal. So if I go over, I'll feel better, you know. And then I don't know, just like stuff I want to do. It was cool. Get a new tattoo. So like I had like fun stuff on there.
I haven't gotten a tattoo in years.
Do you have a place you go to, or are you kind of?
Well, it was so long back. I have 5 tattoos.
Do you?
Yeah.
I have 5.
And I've got them from all different places, and some were terrible. Like, well, my first one ever is terrible, but like I want to keep it or get it redone because it's got the it's historical, for lack of a better term.
What is it?
It's a little devil on my leg that says Joey.
Oh, that's cute.
Right? It's like a cartoon devil.
In case you forgot your name.
In case I forgot my name. I remember because I was back when I was like, I think I was only like 16 when I got it, because I was like selling weed to like a guy who was beginning his tattoo career.
Oh, so he's like, I'll do it for free, or I'll do it for weed?
For the weed.
All right.
Yeah, I think that, I can't get it. It's many years ago. So,
you're fine, whatever. It's legal now.
I wasn't really a drug dealer.
It's legal now.
I was a pothead, and the guy's like, yeah, I need weed. I'll give you a tattoo. I'm like, I do.
That's fine.
And then, but it's pretty funny because, like he tried doing Joey in script, so it kind of looks like Loey.
Yeah, that's great.
And And then I got 4 other tattoos. We don't have to go down all my
2
tattoos.
tattoo tours. I have 5 as well.
Okay.
So, but I waited longer to get my first one.
Oh yeah.
I was 22.
Okay.
I got it on my ribs.
All right. Nice.
And then I have a bunch. We won't do tattoo tours. We have to get podcast tattoos.
Let's get a podcast.
We should do that. We should think
our
of
6th
something.
one will be
Matching. Joe Fernandes and I have matching tattoos.
Hashtag if you would have told me.
There you go.
There we
Perfect.
go. But what was I gonna say with tattoo? Oh, you said tattoos is something you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Lose I liked when you said like you didn't want to lose weight, just like drink more water.
I want to
get
be
health.
healthier. I put
That's what I did last year.
Okay.
Well,
you drank more water?
I drank more, but I didn't say I wanted to lose weight. So I did, but I was like, I just want to get healthier.
Right. Make different habits.
I started going to the gym, but I never weighed myself.
Okay.
So I went for like a, my yearly blood work and physical. And I was a little overweight and everything. And so she said, lose some weight. So I joined a gym and I'm like, I don't want to weigh myself because that's just discouraging. I'm like, my whole thing was just go.
Yeah.
Just go. And I was going. And then I didn't weigh myself till a year later.
Okay.
And I lost 15 pounds.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I felt better.
Yeah.
And, she's like, you could lose a little more. I'm like, what do you want me to be like? Look like a crackhead? I'm like, I'm kind of feeling comfortable right now.
Right. Well, I go off how my clothes fit.
Right.
Because I've always weighed more because I'm muscular and I don't want to not to take a serious route, but I had like an eating disorder in college and like it's just like not a good mindset for me.
Sure.
So I'm like, let me do healthier habits. Like let me drink more water. Let me, eat like healthier. I'm trying to cook more. That's another one of my things is I want to try 2 new recipes a month. Because I hate cooking, but I'm actually having fun now.
Yeah.
Because it's it's an easy goal to like try 2 new things.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. I love cooking. I cook a lot for myself at home.
Yeah.
I love to cook.
I wish.
And that's helped me with my weight too. Because just eating better. But like when I go out on the weekends, I'm like, I eat so good during the week that when I go out on the weekends, I'm like, I'm getting what I want.
Treat yourself.
I'm treating myself.
Yep.
Like, give me the biggest steak. I want the mashed potatoes. I want to feel like gorgeous.
Right. To me, steak is healthy. I'm like, that's healthy, but it's protein.
It's pretty healthy in moderation.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I remember when my doctor, before I lost the weight, and I always wonder, it's such a fine line between, I don't know if she insulted me or if she was
worried about you,
or if she was, actually, she said it this time too. I don't know if it was an insult, but she goes, you don't look like you weigh that much. And that could be taken. I remember sitting there like, did you call me fat?
Right.
Or did you say I look good? I don't know.
Right. I think it means you look good because I've had the same thing. I think it means you look good.
Yeah.
Because you don't look heavy at all.
Okay.
But like, I think so many old school doctors you go off the BMI, which is so outdated. Like my mom's in that, like, she's not a doctor, but she's like a physical therapist.
Okay.
And so she's always like, that's so outdated because people carry weight so differently. And like some people are more muscular and your muscles going away more than fat.
I think that's what I am. Not to say I'm all muscular. But
So much like a bodybuilder.
But like, I mean, I'm all right. I mean, but like, my mom, I was telling my mom that story because I went to her house last night I gave her my old Mac computer, hooked it up for her and she cooked me dinner and, I was telling her that story and she goes, yeah, but she goes, even when you were a baby, she goes, you were just like a brick. You were like a cinder block. You were just you were dense.
Yep. My mom used to call me stocky, which is I think the worst thing you can call it. Like, she's like, you're always stocky.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I used to shop in the Husky department when I was.
But I was always built and like, I guess like I had curves, which when you're a little kid, you don't want curves. But then when you're a woman, you're like, all right, like that's fine.
You were talking about eating disorder because I remember I tried that intermittent fasting, and
that's hard.
Well, I was like, "Is this like anorexia's training wheels?" Like,
pretty much.
It's like, like it worked, but I was like, "This is not sustainable."
No,
not consistently. Like, I'll do it occasionally. Like, I'll incorporate it into my life. Like, am I hungry?
Right.
Or can I keep going?
Oh, 100%. Well, so anorexia is not sustainable because it's like
it's not sustainable
at all. Because I'll tell you, I was like in college and I was eating like less than 1,000 calories a day and then running 7 miles.
Wow.
It was insane.
7 miles.
It was crazy.
I just started running 5Ks at the gym. I can't believe I'm up to that.
I hate running.
Yeah, I only run on the treadmill. I like it because I like have whatever audiobook I'm listening to.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And I just go and before.
Right.
I don't do consistent running. Like I do was it interval? Like
yeah, that's better I think for you
run
though.
for 4 minminutes, walk for 3 minutes.
Oh, I like that.
And then I for an hour.
Yeah.
And then I sauna and then I'm out.
You sauna. Big on the sauna.
Big on the sauna.
Do you not lift?
I lift sometimes. I was trying to lose weight and get like I wanted to be I wanted to have better stamina.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was focusing on the cardio.
Absolutely.
I mean, I hate to say this because it sounds like I am pretty strong.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
I wasn't saying you were weak.
I'm saying, but I'm starting to do that now. I do like kettlebells and stuff.
Oh, I love kettlebell workouts.
Because I don't like the machines.
Yeah, it depends on the machine.
And like the whole waiting on people. Nobody's using the kettlebells.
I love the kettlebells.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. I'm trying to do fun things because the gym bores me.
Well, same. And that's the issue I was running into. I got to get back into it. I was doing really well at the beginning of the school year, and now I kind of slacked off during the holidays, and I'm getting back in it. Okay. But I did CrossFit a few years ago. It was almost 10 years ago. I did CrossFit, and I used to love the kettlebell workouts. Those were my favorite.
Yeah, they're fun.
They're so much fun.
I do them on YouTube at home.
Oh, I have a kettlebell at home. Oh, I should do that. Look at YouTube videos.
Yeah, there's this Asian guy I found who does these nice.
Can you send it to me?
Sure. I'll send it to you.
Half the battle for me is I don't want to think of things when I go to the gym. I used to love I went to Crunch Fitness, and they had the best classes.
I thought about taking a class.
I used to love it, just every once in a while, once a week to break it up. I used to do kickboxing. I used to do what's the biking one? Spin. I love spin.
Yeah, they have that at my gym. They have all these classes with weights.
Do you go to a fancy gym?
It's right up the street, and I get a discount and everything.
All right.
It's a pretty big gym. They have everything.
Nice.
There. Indoor track.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pools.
I wish I swam more because I heard that's a great workout. But I'm just such a baby, and if the pool's cold, I'm not going in it. Yeah. I'm no, thank you.
Yeah, I haven't swam there.
Right.
I don't think I probably won't. Maybe I will. I don't know.
I get a little skeevy of public pools.
That's what I'm saying.
It depends. And I'm not saying they're not clean. I'm just saying I'm a little skeeved out.
That's like the hot tub. They're I don't want to boil with strangers.
No.
I feel like I don't know.
But you'll sauna with them.
Yeah, but but I'm not, we're not sharing a water.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
You're sharing
mist, air. But I'm sitting on my towel, on my towel, in my shorts. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm shirtless, sweating with these guys. We're just we all look like.
Do people talk in the sauna?
Some people do. I try not to. I'm still got my audiobook going. Right. If someone talks to me, I won't be rude. I'll talk to them. But normally it's just people just sitting there with earbuds on.
You should tell them about our podcast.
So, yeah.
You should hand out cards.
Yeah, actually, a woman that works at the club, because I helped do a commercial for them.
Yeah.
And she actually commented on one of our Instagrams saying she wants to be on the podcast.
Oh, is that who it was?
Yeah, she works there. So whenever I'm jogging, she'll come and chat with me.
That's right. Oh, and one of a comedian friend of mine reached out and said she wants to have us on her podcast. So I'll talk to you I forgot about that tonight when I was texting you.
Definitely.
I was texting you about clothes, but not about.
No, we definitely have to. Start doing that, going out, being on other podcasts.
Yeah, we would love to be on your podcast.
We would love. Is that blocking your face? Or
no,
is it
I don't know. Hopefully.
Okay.
No,
hopefully.
it's fine.
Hopefully.
I'll move it down a little. That's a little bit better.
There we go.
That's fine.
So your bingo board. So you tattoos.
I would recommend that. Make a bingo board for yourself. Because then you can put silly things on there. You can put fun. One of mine is to go somewhere new or try something new every month.
Okay.
So a new restaurant or a new activity of sorts. I did.
That's how I live.
Your life anyway.
My life anyway. Right. I'm whenever the weekend comes, I like the restaurants that I like, but I always like to find something new.
Me too.
But I don't have a lot of people in my life that are adventurous with food as I am. So I have to wait. That's why, when James moved to South Carolina, because James was the type that would go anywhere and try anything.
We'll have to take the podcast on the road and just
food
from a restaurant.
Yeah.
I just don't do spicy.
We'll become travel vloggers.
I love it. I just don't do spicy.
Okay.
like I don't mind a little heat. But like that Hot Ones show or whatever, I would never be good on that. I don't want
to do that.
I'd be like the first one. I'd be like, this is spicy. And then that would be the end.
No, I don't
do that.
I don't. No.
But I'll try different cuisines and stuff like that. Or like, so I did this after my divorce. I made a list of things I wanted to do that I had never done before. One of them was actually stand-up comedy.
Okay.
Shockingly. And then look, I'm a stand-up comic now. But it was like indoor rock climbing. So for a while, I got really into indoor rock climbing because I tried it.
Yeah.
And it was great. So I was like...
Did you fall? Is that why you stopped doing it? Or you just...
well, here's the thing. So I got divorced right before the pandemic hit, a few months before, 6 months before. And so every month I was doing something, and then the pandemic hit. And then we weren't allowed to do anything. Then I was climbing, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Climb up on my roof. But it was fun. I liked indoor. Like, I like to try new things. I get bored easily.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm always looking for a new adventure.
That's how, I like that because...
Yeah, but not everyone's like that.
I don't know why though. It's like, what do you...
let me tell you, I have no idea, but...
Like, isn't that why we're like
why
alive
we exist?
And exist? Like to try new things and go new places and... I
would think.
Like I never thought, like I took, acting classes, whatever, it was 5 or 6 years. I went through the whole acting program.
Yeah.
I was like, let me just try an intro class. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
Because I was a writer and I wanted to become a better screenwriter. So I'm like, I need to learn more about the acting end so I can be a better writer. So I want to know what actors go through. And I wound up going through the whole program, acting in some plays. And then when that program was done, I was like, I still wanted to do some new things. So I did their improv program.
That's awesome.
Even though like I never thought I would ever do improv. And it was really hard.
Yeah.
I had a great time. And it really helped me with my stand-up, believe it or not.
I want to try improv. That is on my list.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something I should.
My school's so far from you because they are so great.
I know.
It's up like in Bloomfield.
But even in the summer, like if I could take a class in the summer or like do a workshop, even to try it once and just get a taste for it and stuff. And then, I don't know. For me, it's like, I wanted to keep doing new experiences because I felt like, especially after coming out of a divorce, now this is like over 5 years ago now, but I felt like I was always very dependent because I was so used to doing something with somebody, even though I'm very independent. So I was like, I need to lean more into that. So that's why, like, I even like going to restaurants by myself sometimes. Like, I'll sit and go out to eat by myself, and like, that's why Ireland was such a big push for me, and Asheville the summer because it was the first time traveling by myself. But then I had to do things by myself,
right?
And I ended up loving that.
Sure,
like. Not that I don't like traveling or going out with people, but now I don't need
mind.
to. I don't.
You're not going to, like, that's how I am with life. I'm not waiting around for people to be ready to do things with me.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's part of my change in my life this year. It's like, I'm really choosing myself this year as far as like changing my life.
Snaps for Joe.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I guess.
I don't know I was like, did I just do a weird thing? No,
I think it's like almost like a Yaya sisterhood thing.
Yeah. I'm the Yaya sisterhood. That's what I was thinking. I saw the Yaya sisterhood and I'm like, this is my life. This is my life. But no, that's
you got to do stuff for yourself.
I relate with all that. I've always been like that though. My mom because my mom has now been doing things
for herself.
Like, and I tell her, like, just going on trips she wouldn't go on.
I love that.
She was like, oh, should I go to Italy? I'm like, go, just go. I was like, don't worry. I go, if you're ever in financial trouble, you got 3 boys. We'll help you. Just go do your thing. Go
live your life.
Live your life. And she went on a cruise recently. She's just doing it. And she goes, I watched you kind of do things.
Yeah.
And take risks in life and just try things. Cause I think like you, I get bored easy. I guess it's like the Aries in me or whatever. I need
that fire side.
That fire side. I just like, I
get it. My whole thing is I always felt when I was married, and this has nothing to do, I don't think this has anything to do with marriage. I think this has to do with the being in the wrong marriage. I'll say that because I don't think being in the wrong relationship, right? I felt very suffocated,
right.
And I remember like we were just two different people in a sense where like he was very routine oriented and he was fine with doing the day to day, and like not that I like a routine, don't get me wrong, but like I didn't want to. I remember specifically saying I don't want to get to the end of my life and say I went to the gym a lot.
Right.
I want to look back and be like, look at all these things I tried and all these people I met and all these places I've seen, because there's way more to life than New Jersey. Not that I don't love Jersey, but like there's so much more to see, and I want to see as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So for me, I think my 20s were so static that like now in my 30s, I've been way more like adventurous.
That's great.
And like you said, like doing things that make me happy.
Right. And spontaneous. Like I'm very big on spontaneous. Like I'm like, that's the way I used to live. Mm-hmm. Like when I was single and younger and stuff. And I was like, I'm going away for the weekend.
Yeah.
Like
nice.
I would call my friend and we'd be like, let's go to Vermont.
Yeah.
And we'd go camping, like, and just bring our tents.
Right.
And whatever, and just go.
Mm-hmm.
Or we'd find out, whatever. We had a friend that lived in Virginia. Let's just see if he's around.
I love that.
And we go and we just go. And like, I still want to live like that. It's like James always asks me, come to Myrtle Beach. And I'm I will.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like quick hour-and-a-half flight. Boom.
It's not even, it's there. So easy. I know. Well, that's why I'm going to Savannah in a couple weeks. And it's like, I'm meeting up with one of my best friends. We grew up together.
She lives down there?
So she lives in Florida, but she was my next door neighbor growing up. So we like, were like, I've known her since I'm 6, she's 5, you know?
Okay.
And, but she's like, I was like, hey, if I go to Savannah, will you like meet me? She's like, I'll drive. It's like a 2-hour drive for her. So like, I'm going down and I'll have like 2 nights by myself and 1 night with her. So it's like the perfect balance. Right. I get a whole friend day and night. We get to go out together. And then I have a couple of nights to explore by myself.
That's awesome. It's
perfect. Everyone's
going like a week?
I'm going for 3 days.
3 days.
I'm flying down Friday after work. And then I'm coming back on Monday. I took Monday off work.
Okay.
So I'll have like,
that's good though.
It's perfect. It's a small city.
Yeah. That's like when I went to Charlotte. It's quick.
When I went to Asheville, same thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Asheville was very rushed. Because I've been to Savannah once before, like 10 years ago. My ex and I drove down to Florida, and on our way home we stopped in Savannah for a night. Mm-hmm. And I remember I loved it. I thought the food was great. I thought it had a really cool vibe. But it was 10 years ago and I had 24 hours. So I'm like, I want to go back. It's a little warmer. I need a little break from I ended up upgrading my ticket. So I'm flying first class down, not on the way back. On the way back, it was so expensive. It was like, no, I'll fly 10th row is fine. It's like,
treat yourself.
Treat myself. Yeah. But it's like a 2-hour flight. It's like going to Myrtle Beach. Yeah. It's like so short.
Yeah. Well, hey, I never experienced first class.
No?
No. I've never, not yet.
I have, this will be my second time. Once I did it going down to Florida. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. And then when I went to Asheville, I sat in the first row, but it was like an Allegiant flight. There was like no classes. But I was like, literally, you walk on the plane and I just sat down. And that was kind of cool because you're first off.
Oh, yeah. I did that when I went to Vegas a year ago.
We'll count that.
I did. I went on Spirit. I'm not. Hey, listen, I'm not a bragger. I'm not a big bragger, but I did spring for the big front seat.
Hell yeah, man.
There and back.
But then the pain in the butt thing is you can't have stuff in front of you because there's no under seat.
Right.
I was like,
is the pain.
Damn it.
That is the pain.
Right. So when I booked first class, originally I was in the first row. My friend's like, you can't have your stuff. I'm like, damn it. And I went to the second row.
Go second. I said that the next time I do it, I'm going second row, big comfy seat.
I had a nice seat when I went to Ireland. I was like an economy plus, which is like fine by me, or comfort plus, whatever they call it. And I always try to get an exit row.
Yes.
Because then I'm like stretching my feet out.
You know, helping people if there's an emergency.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You got it, dude.
Right on it. Totally. I'm a video editor, so I am fully trained.
I teach people how to speak English. Like, good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine me and you on a trip. We're in an exit row. You guys help people. What do you guys do? We just make people laugh.
Yeah, we're podcasters.
Yeah, we're just going to improv as you guys are going. Hey, where are you from?
Yay, welcome to the show. So that's okay. Should we segue right into one of our stories?
Sure.
Because we're talking about airplanes?
Yeah.
Okay, so Joe and I saw this story Let's see if I can find it. La, la, la. Okay. And I was talking about, so there's been a lot of news about airplanes lately, which makes me very nervous because I'm already a nervous flyer. But most of these stories were taking place outside of the United States, but not this story. 2 people found dead on JetBlue plane in Florida. Of course it's Florida.
Always Florida.
Always Florida. Shocking discovery made at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. A JetBlue plane was found to have 2 dead bodies in its landing gear compartment after it landed in Fort Lauderdale Airport in Florida on Monday. 2 people have found. I'm like reading. It's like very repetitive. An investigation is underway after the shocking discovery was made at Terminal 3 of the airport on Monday evening, with Broward County Sheriff's deputies and a medical examiner reporting in attendance. A spokesperson for JetBlue told The Independent the victims' bodies were discovered during a quote, routine post-flight maintenance inspection, and that both were already dead when they were found. I would imagine. Imagine living through that.
Yeah, people do.
Do they?
If you read the article, if you read more of that article, people do survive it sometimes.
They're both men. So it's like we're talking.
It's definitely a man thing to do.
It's definitely a man thing. Like, a woman wouldn't do this.
Well, first of all, like, JetBlue, you sure this isn't one of the options they offer? Be like, if you can't bring any pets.
You can't bring anything.
This is like economy.
Maybe it's something they were trying.
In the wheel well.
They were trying something new. So my whole thing is, though, like, no, like, you see how strict airports are.
Right.
How in the hell did you get there? Like, did they get there?
But, like, I don't know how strict I've never tried to get.
Oh, yeah. Some people survived from Amsterdam, Paris, and Miami.
See, I've never tried to get near the tires, so I don't know how strict it is. Like, but like, I guess are they workers? Maybe they think they're workers.
They disguise
I'm assuming
themselves.
They don't have luggage with them. If you're like,
no, you can't bring luggage in the wheel well.
Yeah.
But like, to me, it's like, is it people trying to? Obviously, they're trying to escape. So then I'm like, are they people that are like wanted? You know what I mean? Like, do they have like a record or something that they're trying to like escape, flee, like the state?
Flee the country, because you can't get on a plane if you're like
if you have like a warrant for your arrest or anything.
Yeah, or if you're not a citizen, I guess. Right. I would hope that. I would hate to think someone's like, honey, trust me, this is the best way to get there.
Cheap.
Listen,
JetBlue, very expensive.
Listen, I updated our hotel room to the suite, but we need to go in the wheel well.
Can you imagine a honeymoon? Well, it's 2 men. Well, they could have been on their honeymoon. That's true. I got an idea. You like an adventure? I got an adventure.
You're here first class? This is last class.
This is as far back as we can go.
Yeah. This is next step from riding outside the airplane.
Oh my gosh.
But like, yeah, they say it could get to temperatures like minus 72 degrees Fahrenheit.
People probably don't do their research. It's just like the bear costume people. They don't do their research.
Yeah, I would gather that. You would think you would, though, because like to just walk up to an airplane and be like, we're just going to go. We're going to try and get in there.
Right.
When you're like, but I guess if you're not, you have to be real desperate.
But also, who's not seeing this happen? That's my thing.
Have you ever looked out and watched those workers throwing your luggage on the thing? They don't care.
I don't check luggage because of that. Yeah. I only carry on. Yeah. I'm going to Iceland for 10 days this summer. I will be only carrying on luggage.
Okay.
I will not be checking a bag.
Yeah.
Because I'll end up with no clothes. Like, that's what's going to happen. I don't trust them.
Yeah, it's true. If there's a layover, I don't trust it. If it's direct,
I won't even fly a layover if I don't have to.
Oh, me neither.
I was looking at other places to travel this summer, and they're like, you'd have to stop. There's no direct flights. I'm like, well, I'm not doing that by myself because I will miss my layover.
Yeah.
And I will be stranded in some random country alone.
Yeah, no layovers.
Maybe with a friend, I would do it.
Well, when I used to fly more for comedy, me and my buddy would go all over the country doing these conventions. And he'd be like, oh, I got this cheap flight I found, but there's like a layover or two. I'm like, no layovers. He's like, yeah, but it's saving money. I'm like, put the value on your life, on the time of your life. We need value of our life.
Right.
Like, I can spend $200 more and get there in 6 hours.
Right.
Or save $200 and get there in 12 hours.
Yeah, no, thank you.
No.
And also,
and have no clothes.
And I'm the type of person who has to be at the airport very early. Like when I had my Allegiant flight, I was like the first person in that terminal.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, your flight's not for like 3 hours. I'm like, I didn't know how security was going to be. They're like, this is it. It's like, all right. Like,
she was there before security.
Security's not even here yet. You seem fine though, Cal.
That's pretty good.
It was great. They weren't even open. I was like, I need a coffee. And none of the shops were open yet.
Yeah. Well.
Whatever. I bring a book. I sit. To me, I would rather not be rushed.
I'm the same
More
way.
time for me to think about how much I hate flying.
Do you have a fear of flying?
I have a fear of falling out of the sky more than
I mean,
the flying part.
I think that's most people.
More than the flying part.
Yeah, the flying I'm good with. It's
flying
the
is
not
fine.
flying anymore.
So I don't like takeoff.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I went 20 years without ever flying on an airplane. So the last time I had been on a plane was when I was 3 years old. I didn't remember it. And then when I was 23, I was dating my ex-husband at the time, and we went to the Dominican Republic. Mm-hmm. And so that had 20 years I went without being on an airplane. And then I went 3 more years, and then I took 2 trips. And then so the thing was, all my trips were longer. Like I went to California, then I went to Italy. Then most recently I went to, what came first? Then I went to Florida, and then I went to Florida again, and then I went to Florida the 3rd time. And then I went to Ireland, and then I went to, so now I'm flying more.
She's a jet setter.
No, I'm like literally, I'm like flying all the time.
She got little wings. She puts on.
Wings. I still like, so I haven't flown since Florida this summer, and now my trip to Savannah is coming up, and I'm getting a little nervous again.
Okay.
And I'll be fine. I like landing.
I don't like taking off.
I hate takeoff.
That's my...
I sit and I just close my eyes. But then I watch my daughter, and she's such a not nervous flyer.
Yeah.
And she calms me down. Or then like I've talked about it all in therapy. She's given me some coping mechanisms.
Right.
And then I have other friends who fly all the time. And so I talk to them.
I'm better with it.
I would prefer not, but if you look at statistically, it is way safer to fly than drive a car.
Oh yeah, we take that risk, a higher risk every day.
Yeah.
Just going to work.
For me, I think it's a control thing.
Well, that's how I started feeling better, because I forget, I was listening to some
I started flying planes.
What?
So I started flying the plane.
Flying planes. I'm like, oh, this is easy.
Get one of those fake steering wheels, and I just pretend like I'm the one flying it.
I'll tell you a funny story about a fake steering wheel.
I love it.
I'll tell you with my father. It's so fun. But like, I was listening to somebody talk about it. It was like something I was listening to about anxiety, like a podcast or something. He goes, it was about flight anxiety, and like if you can't relinquish control in that moment,
right?
Like that's like you literally have no control,
right?
Like, and you just have to accept that, and that's the easiest moment to. It's like,
right.
And once I started thinking that, I'm like, you know what? I got on here,
right? What's
gonna be is gonna be,
right?
And then.
Right.
I don't like turbulence though. Then I'm like, then the control comes back. I'm like,
well, when
any religious people on here praying?
There was a woman next to me on my way to Asheville reading the Bible. I was like, this is the seat to be in. She was like, this is, golden. No, when we were flying back from Florida, I'm with my parents and my daughter. So my mom's got her own. So my dad always tries to book 3 seats together and then the lone person out. And somehow my dad and I ended up next to Ava, and Ava has to have a window seat. So that means I'm shoved in the middle. And my mom's enjoying her row by herself, waving to us like, hi, it's so spacious. But I'm watching the map, and all of a sudden the plane is like heading back towards Florida. And I look at my dad. And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, we're going the wrong way. Now I'm like, did we get hiked? Like what? And no one's telling us what's happening. But I'm like, I always look at the flight attendants. Okay. And if they look calm, I'm like, all right, they're calm. And then like 20 minutes later, he's like, so Newark overbooked the runways, so we have to chill out for a little while before we could land.
Just flew
I'm like,
around.
what are we doing? But that's like the 3rd or 4th time I've been on a plane where they're like, yeah, we gotta circle a little bit. What? You guys need to plan this better. What do you like?
Yeah, I had a friend tell me he had to circle. He was late. I was meeting him after his flight. Yeah. And they had too much fuel. They had to burn fuel off.
But that's
it was
made
too heavy
up.
to land.
That's a made up thing.
How are you too heavy to land?
That's a made up thing. Imagine if you had to keep driving around because you had too much gas. I can't park in my driveway.
Where are you?
Too much gas.
I gotta burn a little more.
Gotta burn. Gotta burn it. But you know what though? I watch I watch a lot of pilots on TikTok, and they talk about like just hearing them talk about and how how laid back they are. I'm like, all right, like you guys don't seem as stressed as we are.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I always look at the pilot. I like to see nice, young, buff, healthy. That guy looks like
he could fly a plane. He looks like he could fly a plane.
Fly a plane.
Yeah.
You see that like older guy, like, oh god.
You saw him at the bar. Whoa! I don't want to get on this plane. So I also started doing a thing. And I talked to my therapist about this, and she was like, "This is actually like a really good idea." We are all in our heads the main character of our own story.
Okay.
Right? Like I'm the main character in my life, you're the main character in your life, okay? Right. Like we in a sense, we all think the world revolves around us in a sense.
Yeah.
We do. Like that's just
I'm listening to a book that's like that right now.
That's how we are as people. So what I started doing is when I'm in line waiting to board a plane, I look at all the other people and I'm like the universe wouldn't let something bad happen to them. Why do I think the universe is going to let something bad happen to me?
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my gosh. It's like, and I didn't mean it to be philosophical, but it's more like I'm saying something bad. I'm afraid something bad's going to happen to me on this plane. Well, that would also mean something bad's going to happen to all of these other people. Yeah. And why am I in control of their story?
Right.
So some reason that like helped me kind of like be a little bit more realistic.
Yeah. That's kind of like the letting go. Like, it's like, you're like, when I see babies, like a baby,
oh no, it's not,
I'm like, I'm good. There's no way.
I might be a noisy flight.
Yeah, but if you go on and it's all old people, you're like, no,
wrong flight.
This is a one-way flight to heaven. This is crazy.
Yeah, it is a little nerve-wracking sometimes.
Yeah, a little baby and a little thing. You're like, oh.
Yeah, I see the little kids. Like when I'm flying to Disney, Florida, and it's all families.
Oh yeah,
oh,
that'd be the saddest flight because it is. I remember coming back from Disney one time, and my plane ticket back then had like
Mickey on it.
Mickey on it, and they took me aside to like swab my hands for like bomb residue. I'm like,
really?
I'm like in a glass room, and
did you look like they profiled you?
I mean, I think I shaved that day. I mean, I wasn't like I have a beard. I wasn't looking Muslim, but like I do tan well, but like. But it was definitely, I'm like
Fernandes, but it's with an S, not a C.
Yeah. I remember flying one time. Actually, was it last year? I flew somewhere, and I was in the airport, and they offered an upgrade for very cheap, like $25.
Nice. Okay.
So like these more roomier seats. I was like, I'll take it. I walk up. I paid $25. But not everybody did. Right. So I'm in this section kind of alone. Then I see these other people trying to come in this section. I'm like, I'm looking at the store. I'm like, no. I need a refund.
Right. But it's true. Like, even with like, I didn't book a first class ticket because it was like I had points or anything. It was like, if you give us $140, you can fly first class. I'm like, hell yeah, I can give you 100. Like, I don't care. $140.
Oh,
I was in row like 30, and now I'm in row 2. Yeah. Sign me up. Totally worth $140.
Do it.
Like, then on the way, I was like, what about on the way back? They're like $1,000. Like, not worth it. Row 10's great.
Yeah, row 10's great.
Row 10's great.
Row 10 middle.
Row 10, yeah, I'll take it. I actually like an aisle. So I like a window, but the older I get, the more I travel, I actually like an aisle because I'll get up if you have to go to the bathroom, but I don't have to annoy you if I have to go to the bathroom, and I can stretch my leg out.
I'm the same way.
Yep.
Because if I'm there, I don't have to go to the bathroom.
If you're in the window,
I have to go to the bathroom the whole time.
Hold on.
The whole time.
I have to be.
I'm like, I've never had to go to the bathroom more.
Yeah. I think the first class, it's just 2 of us, and I'm by the window. But it's only one person I'd have to annoy. And again, it's a 2-hour flight.
But there's usually enough room to.
There's enough room usually. Yeah.
Typically.
Right.
That would hopefully make it more first.
You would think.
Be like, I know it's first class, but sorry.
I need to pee.
Bother you. I was thinking about that JetBlue story with the guy. Imagine that worker that's like, I gotta go check the wheel well.
And finds 2 dead bodies.
Yeah. And now every worker's like when it's like your wheel well day, if that's like your rotation, you're like, oh my God.
Well, I'm wondering once they investigate more if they're going to tell us the identities of the two people.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I wonder. Yeah, I guess they're. I wonder what
That'll make more.
What they look like. Like
I
did they get
know.
all, like,
I know. Well, they were able to. I mean, their body can't be too bad because they were able to already identify them pretty quickly as men. So like the bodies can't be like. I know sometimes like if they're in really bad shape and they can't even tell what's going on. You know what I mean?
Did they fly around to a few airports before they got found? I think it like went like up and down a bunch of times. I thought I saw that on the
I feel
news.
like that makes me more nervous to fly because shouldn't you be checking that shit every time?
Or they're just stuck up in the top of the wheel. Well, like,
shouldn't you be checking like with all the issues that's been happening with landing gear lately? Shouldn't you be checking that? Like,
oh yeah, oh yeah. I have no flights planned yet.
I have 2. Well, actually, I only have 1. I didn't book my flight yet for the summer, so
okay. So
and I gotta fly to Florida in August.
oh, that's your Disney.
We're doing Disney again.
Cruise, right?
We're doing Disney and then the cruise.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, I never went on vacation this much as a kid, and I hope my daughter realizes just how lucky she is.
I didn't go on vacation as a kid.
No,
I'm not like my. I mean, I had a my mom couldn't.
No, my
take
mom
us on
and
vacations, and my father was like, we're going fishing. Like
okay,
but
like,
it wasn't
right. We went to like Baltimore, and like we went to like Williamsburg.
Yeah,
where they make you dress like you're in the colonial ages and stuff like that.
I go
which
visit
is fun.
family. That's about it.
We did go to Florida. I went to Disney apparently twice. I think when I was like 2 and 3, and then when I was 9. So I remembered a little bit from when I was 9.
Yeah.
But then I didn't go again until I was like 30 something.
Yeah.
I was like, it's so much better now than I remember.
Yeah. I want to travel this year.
Where would you like to go? So if somebody was like, hey, Joe, you can pick 3 different places to visit this year for free and you get to go.
For free?
Sure.
Okay. I'd like to go to Portugal.
Nice.
I'm trying to think three. There's so many places I want to go.
Yeah.
I would love to go to Thailand.
Oh, okay. I have a friend that was just there.
I love Thai food.
Me too.
The beaches there are like one of the audio guys we use went there and he said like the beaches are beautiful and your money goes so far there.
Yes.
And though it probably sounds weird, maybe not, but like I'm really into like fighting, like watching fighting and Thai kickboxing.
Oh, cool.
I would love to see like a Thai kickboxing match because sometimes like outside it's like I think it would be fun.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but like Thailand's a trip as a like you have to go. I'd have to go with somebody. I can't go alone, only because it's like there's like known for other things, and I'm like, I can't be.
I don't want to be the guy
going to Thailand. I'd be like, I swear I'm there for kickboxing.
I'm here for kickboxing and pad thai.
And pad thai and beach.
So my mom's cousin lived in Thailand for a while.
Really?
Yeah, and then I have a friend that was just there, and they absolutely loved it. So I think you're on the right track. I think you could probably find people to go to Thailand with you.
I probably could.
Call James up.
Yeah, James would go. 2 guys going. It all looks weird. Yeah.
Take your mom. Would your mom go to Thailand?
She would, but I don't know if I want to go on vacation with my mom.
To Thailand? Do you think she's into Thai boxing?
No, probably not into Thai
We should take
food.
the podcast to Thailand. I'll go to Thailand.
All right, we'll do live
podcast.
We'll do it.
From a Thailand boxing.
Sold.
Hell yeah.
Sold.
All right.
See, like what I like about Thailand, or like I have like, or like going to like China or something is like I want to go where it's nothing like I'm used to.
Like Japan. I've heard so many people.
Like I want to wake up where it's like such a different environment.
Right. Right. That's why I picked Iceland.
Right.
Because like where else in the world am I going to go where it's going to look like this?
Exactly.
Ireland I love too. I loved Ireland. And it's way prettier than here in the United States. But there are still similarities of like they speak English and they, they drive on the other side of the road though.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I wonder in Portugal if they drive on the other side of the road.
I don't know. Greece is another place I'd like to go.
Oh, Greece I'd like to go to too. Italy they drive on our side of the road.
Oh, good. Italy is a place I want to go to.
Italy was fun.
That I would do with my mother because she's Italian and
that'd be a great
She just
trip.
did it, but I'm sure she would do it again.
Oh, 100%.
Because just for the food tourism.
I liked Italy. I would like to go. I have family in Cyprus. So that's where we're from the Greek section of Cyprus. I would love to go there. I heard it's gorgeous, beautiful beaches and stuff. But the problem is where it's located. It's like under Turkey by Syria. There's a lot going on over there. There's a lot going on over there right now, but I heard it's gorgeous.
I saw this one time when just one of my hobbies is looking at vacations online.
It's a great one. One of my hobbies is going on Zillow, so I get it.
Oh, Zillow. Oh, that's all the time.
Oh, every day.
And I saw this great Norwegian cruise that hits all the Greek spots.
Cool.
For a 10-day. So I figure I would do that and then see what I really liked and then go back there.
I think that's a great idea.
As like a one trip.
Have you ever watched the series White Lotus?
I love White Lotus.
Oh, good. Me too. But some people think it's weird. I loved it. Which season did you like better, first or second? We could do a whole White Lotus.
I'm trying to remember because
Hawaii or Italy.
I think I like the first one. I think I like the first one better. But I'm trying to remember because
did you love Armand?
That was the maitre d'?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And
loved him.
And I love that what's her face came back for season 2.
Jennifer Coolidge. Yeah.
She was awesome.
She was great.
I think I like 1 better, but I did love 2.
1 was more fun. 2, though, I loved. I'm gonna forget her name. The one call girl. The main
Aubrey
one.
Plaza
Well, yeah, I love Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
Love her. But the prostitute. What was the one? The one with the short hair.
Yeah.
Because I loved the twist at the end and it was all about. I loved her. So I think there might have been more characters I liked in the second season.
Okay.
But I liked, and that was Sicily. That wasn't Italy, right?
I'm pretty sure it was Sicily.
Palermo. Yeah. And then, but I liked the first season was way funnier.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Oh, so great.
What's the actor I loved who, God, I'm so bad with this.
Look at my IMDb. Well, so why I brought it up, season 3 is Thailand.
Is it really?
Yeah.
When is that coming out?
Soon, I think. Look it up. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
Let me see cast.
And I love how it's always such an intricate cast, but it's always so well casted.
Yeah, Armand was awesome. I guess Walton Goggins going to be in season 3 because he wasn't in the other. F. Murray Abraham. I love him.
Yes.
Whenever I see him enter,
you're like, oh, God. Okay.
I'm going to love this.
Yeah. You know? What was this character's name again? I forgot who he played.
Right here.
I can't even remember. I forgot all their names.
Bert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great. I'm so happy season 3 is coming out.
It's
I just
so
saw a good series on Netflix. If we go into TV talk for a little bit before we try a Mad Libs.
Okay.
No Good Deeds.
Is that the one with Lisa Kudrow?
Yes.
And it was so good.
I just picked it one night.
Did it take you a couple minutes to get into it? The first episode
I was like, I don't know about this.
Yep.
And then I banged out in one night.
Who's it? Lisa Kudrow and Ray Romano. Which you never would have thought about the two of them together.
Yeah, and that one woman, the neighbor with the dog, she just passed away.
Did she really?
Yeah.
The actress?
Yeah, the actress did.
Oh,
a week or so ago.
Oh, that's so sad.
What's her name?
I was thinking of the other neighbor.
It's not you can tell we're not like a movie, TV show.
Luke Wilson was in it.
Yes,
who
he
I
was
love.
great.
And what's the girl's name? And I can never remember her name from Freaks and Geeks.
Yes.
We're bad at this. Sorry, guys. We're trying.
So you got Linda Cardinelli.
Yes.
And then I'm trying to think the woman. Why is she not on here?
I don't even remember what her name was in the show.
But she was so funny in it.
She was hilarious.
But anyway,
that was a great show.
Because this is when I do a lot of TV watching in the winter. I'm home a lot. I'm not out doing things. I just put it on one night, and I had to get up early the next day for something. But I had 2 more episodes. I'm like, I'm banging it out. One night, I did all 8 of them.
Oh, same. One day.
It was like 4 hours.
I was like, I guess this is what I'm doing. But they were short.
They were like half-hour episodes.
But it was so good. And like every time I thought I had it figured out, I was like, well, I think it's this. And then when you get the twist at the end, you're like, oh.
No, they kept keeping me. Like
It was
great writing, great acting, enough twists and cliffhangers.
Right.
I don't know if it's a limited series now because
I know.
you can't bring those characters back. You'd have to do like a White Lotus,
a spinoff,
but like another person selling a house.
Well,
like with,
yeah, or you can do something with the. I don't want to give too much away as I'm like smacking the mic. You could do something with like Luke Wilson's character and Linda. Like, well, I guess you can't really do.
There was one thing I didn't like.
What?
If I had to pick it apart, okay.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I'm going to try to work around it. But at the end, when you find out so-and-so was messing around with so-and-so.
Right.
What happened to her, like with the...
Right.
When you see her at the end get taken away and her face, I was like, it just seemed a little too hokey that...
I feel like she should have been dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I think if... I was like, I
thought she was at first. And then I was like, oh.
But it's like she's sitting there at the bar with that look.
Right.
And then it's like,
she looks like Two-Face.
Come with me. It's like, I was like,
yeah.
And you lost me, but it's right at the end.
And the cop is what's-his-face's son at the end, right?
Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary's son,
yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
That was good. That was a little good. And I love when they shoved him. Spoiler. I'm going to spoil it. When they shoved him in the room and they thought he was dead, and he wakes up. It was like, oh, I thought it was a great show. I love when I put on a show and I'm not really expecting much, and then I'm like, this was good. This was really good.
I just randomly picked it because I saw Ray Romano.
Mm-hmm. Can't go wrong with Ray Romano. Yeah.
And then I think I'm one episode or two episodes away from finishing that series you recommended to me. Kevin Can F Himself.
Oh, I love that show.
Great show.
It
took me a while to get into it with the weird back and forth, like with the sitcom.
But as it goes, it becomes less and less sitcom and more and more.
Love that.
She did such a great job. What's her again?
The girl from Schitt's Creek.
A little bit Alexis and Annie Murphy.
Yeah,
she's amazing in that show.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Like the husband acts a little too overacty for me. Yeah. It was even for a sitcom.
He's got a creepy look to him too. Like, especially when it's like the dark, but like, I don't know, that I would go back and watch that show again, but that's like, you go into it thinking it's going to be like lighthearted with a little drama, but it's like a heavy show.
It is a heavy show.
It's very layered.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's no way they could do a season 2 of that.
No, it's over. I think they only did 2 seasons. They finished.
I mean, yeah.
Because I was like, before I went, I'm like, is it going to end where like it's open? Like I need to know if it ended.
No, it ends.
And I think I may, maybe tomorrow night or something. Bang it
Tell
out.
me what you think, because
I will.
It's been a while. I can't. Tell them what you think too.
6:30.
Is that the schedule?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that show. Yeah. It was different.
Yeah, well, that's you told me it was different. You go, I think you'll like it because you're into film and stuff, and it's different. So I was like, all right,
it's artistic.
Yeah, like I said at first, I was like, I don't know about this.
And you're like, Emily sucks.
The serious story was so good.
So good.
That you tolerated the other one until you got into it.
Right.
You know.
But then it's like very interesting because I used to love sitcoms growing up. So it kind of makes you look at sitcoms differently.
Yeah.
Because if you're thinking about let's use King of Queens, for example. I used to love King of Queens.
Yeah.
If you really think, if you take the laugh track away from that show and you think about some of the issues that they had, that is dramatic. Like you can see where, from the female perspective, it is like a dramatic.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, very interesting.
That's like, Everybody Loves Raymond's a very good show. What's his face? Phil Rosenthal, who created that with Ray Romano. He's got a great book about the creation of that. Show, and it's amazing. And
I'll read it
if you were a writer, which you are. But for anyone listening, it really helped me with like writing scripts and stuff, because like pulling from your life and your family and all this stuff in a fun way.
Send me the link.
I will send you the link.
That's another one. Is I want to read 10 books this year.
Okay.
Which isn't a lot, but like I also suck at reading.
Yeah, I'm an audiobook guy. I just started a new audiobook.
I found an interesting podcast, by the way. I'm going to shoot your way.
Okay.
Should I plug a podcast on our podcast? This is a way more famous podcast than ours.
Yeah.
Okay. So my kids, I have them. My kids are my students, by the way, guys. I have one actual birth child. But this podcast, I gave them like an assignment where they're going to like look at podcasts or listen to podcasts and then like write. So one of them is called Stuff You Should Know.
Okay.
And it's all random episodes. They've been doing it since like 2008, but every episode is about something random. And I think it's like perfect because it's kind of like what we do, but like they focus on one thing every episode.
Okay.
But I'm like, there's ones like they had a whole episode about peacocks. I'm like, I want to know more about peacocks. So like, I'm going to go pick and choose which episodes I listen to.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, there you go. Plug. We plugged you. Now you plug us.
Yeah, there you go. If they listen.
They will not.
They will not listen. They will not. Oh, before we'll either wrap up. I don't know how long a Mad Lib takes. Is it a while? Maybe we should.
Why don't we do it in the next episode? You guys can look forward to that.
Before we mentioned something about a fake
what
steering
are
wheel
you
on the
talking about?
airplane, it just reminded me of a story. Like my father was always very good at like. He just had crazy ideas that always worked. What?
I thought you were like, my father was crazy.
Oh, he was.
That's why I thought that sentence was going.
Oh, no.
My dad was insane.
My dad was insane in all the good ways.
Yeah.
A little of the bad ways, but also
okay.
a lot of good ways. But like, so my dad, big partier. Like I had a party dad growing up, which was fun as a teenager.
Is that where you got it from?
Yeah, a little bit. I used to talk about that a lot on stage, the parties at his house.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna start bringing that stuff back.
I can't wait to hear about it.
And so my dad, back in the 80s, drinking and driving was just very common for
Very common.
Like, he would pick me up for the weekend and be like, "How you guys doing?" And we're like, "Okay, click.
We're gonna die."
Get them back in my pickup truck." But like he had a friend Milt who was also a big drinker. But
with a name like Milt.
So Milk. So like
Milk?
Milk.
Or Milt.
His name was Milton.
Oh, okay.
But they called him Milt.
I thought you said Milt, but then the next sentence I thought you said Milk. I'm like, what is his name?
It's my friend Milk.
Good for your bones.
Very, very pale white guy.
Anyway, sorry.
And so they would always go out drinking, thinking someone would be a designated driver because but it never happens. So Milt could never be trusted, but Milt can't drive shotgun or he gets sick.
Oh, can you sit in the back?
Can't sit in the back. He has to drive to not be sick, but he also couldn't be trusted to not get wasted.
Oh God!
So my dad in his car put a kiddie steering wheel in the passenger seat,
so he would think he was
Milt
driving.
could drive with my dad.
That's great.
So he wouldn't puke.
That's great.
It had like the little beeping.
Like a baby.
It was like a baby one.
I love it.
I got in there one day. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, beep, beep. It's for Milt. And I'm like, Dad,
it's Milk's wheel.
It's Milk's wheel. I'm gonna, you know what? We should add this to a script. I have a bunch of notes about characters that I may want to put in scripts one day.
Put them on.
And now his name's gonna be Milk.
Milk.
That's why we had this conversation.
I love it.
Milk needs the steering wheel.
I was on the phone with somebody on the way up writing bits for. I was like, oh, that's good, right? And as I parked my car, I'm like putting it in my phone. Oh yeah. This is the best way how things come out.
Always, always. Well.
That was good. I like that one.
Episode.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do any improv today. This is just a straight up episode.
Okay,
so we're trying
I'm
to
down
bang out
with
two.
Yeah.
In this day,
I know
we're tight on schedule. So yeah, everybody, please rate and review. I learned the reviews are only really on Apple because I was like, how come we're not getting any reviews on Spotify?
Yeah, because it's only stars,
just the stars,
right? Yeah.
So I'm waiting for things that are never coming.
You're like, no one likes us.
But yeah, if you can go, even if you don't use Apple Podcasts, just go. We got one that said subject podcast, great podcast.
Love it. Thank you so much.
I mean,
love it.
We don't need more than that.
No, I mean, keep it simple.
Keep it simple. So yes, go follow us on TikTok, Instagram, at If You Would Have Told Me. If You Told Me at gmail.com for emails, and we will see you next time.
Sounds good. Bye.